Alright guys, Bitcoin just made the move that we've all been waiting for. It got to all-time high. And instead of celebrating, people are awfully quiet. I mean, just look at interest. It's kind of eerie. We got one shakeout, and suddenly no one's talking about the big breakout. This is no ordinary breakout. This sets the stage for some of the biggest targets that we've been looking at. Now, by the end of this video, you're gonna know why I think this move is far from over and how you can stay ready for the next opportunity. So here's what we know so far. We know that Bitcoin has broken out to put in a brand new all-time high at $112,000. And based on interest, we know that not enough people are talking about it. Consider that interest right now is still sitting at cycle lows. Guys, this is extremely unusual. This is not how markets top off. When was the last time we had this play out? Well, right here in the 2020 bull run, where Bitcoin hit $20,000 for the first time since its bull market high from 2017. And back then too, guys, interest was at cycle lows, but price was at all-time high. And what did we end up doing from there? It was then where Bitcoin went from $20,000 to $69,000. And even back then, it was the same story. People were too scared and too uncertain to get positioned on Bitcoin. And what we're seeing right now is a very, very similar setup. Now, if you're one of the lucky ones to snag the free $400 bonus from BitUnix, you might actually have a shot to put that to work now. Because what we're seeing right now, not just on Bitcoin, but across the board, this is where the big moves begin. In fact, the bulls have the edge here in more ways than what we've mentioned so far. Bitcoin network flows, represented by the purple histogram at the bottom right there, they've been gradually increasing. And this cycle, flows have been walking in step with Bitcoin's price action. Every time we've seen a rise in network flows back in April of last year as well as November of last year, you can see that price also rallied alongside it, which means flows up, Bitcoin up. It's that simple. Now, for those of you in the Mango Seed program, you guys already saw the cascading price model that Sean laid out for all of us just earlier today. Now, this is just an excerpt of the model, but it breaks it down very, very simply. It's a plan that says, hey, if we have a good 12-hour close, that could translate onto a good daily close, which then translates onto a great 4-day close, and then a bi-weekly getting into the monthly close. And that's why it's the cascading plan. The 12-hour time frame is the trigger. And guys, we just got a gorgeous 12-hour close. That's the signal. That's the start. So as far as the opportunities are concerned, they've all been on the 12-hour time frame. I mean, just consider this trend that we've seen so far. Ever since Bitcoin took off from $76,000, we've been trending on the 12-hour dynamic. Sean not only gave you the bid right here, he also gave you the bid here. However, I'm not here to boast. I'm here to give you guys the next trade. As far as the next trade is concerned, I once again am going to be looking towards the 12-hour time frame. Specifically, that 12-hour dynamic support currently coming in at 105K. Now, yes, price is considerably away from our 105K bid. And I know what usually happens to a lot of you guys out there. Sometimes you're just not on your desks to execute on the trade when it actually comes down to that region of support. And then you're kind of left wondering, oh, did I miss the bid? Should I be buying in right now? Should I wait? What should I do? This is often where people are left chasing the trade or they just miss it completely. But now Sean has made it such that you do not need to guess anymore. For those of you with the Mango Dynamic Indicator, this new feature is rolling out soon. If you get into the settings, it says show entry/bid zone. Now this gives you an objective bid zone around the dynamic indicator to help you understand, is it still a good time to be building your position even after prices bounced? You now see that there's a zone around $105,000. That's your safe objective zone. That's the zone in which you can still build your position and know that it's still a good trade. Think of it as your brand new position manager. When you're within that zone, you're all clear to buy. However, when we are away from the zone, it's telling you that, hey, you gotta wait for the bid. Right now, that zone comes in from $107,000 down to $104,000. That is your objective bid zone. That's the zone in which you can safely build your Bitcoin position. So if prices come down, you now have the objective bid zone. Ideally, you'd manage your trade off of the 12-hour dynamic support. If we close candles under, you know that you've been invalidated on the trade. It's been trending on that dynamic support ever since $76,000, so breaking it is going to be our invalidation. Now, for those of you actually looking to take this next trade, there is literally free money on the table for you right now to take advantage of. BitUnix's bonus campaign is still on. You're getting $400 for a $2,000 deposit. And that is on top of the $10 you get for just signing up. But it's only the link in the description that can get you guys the bonus. So make sure you use that specific link. It's free money you can trade with, there's no KYC, and more importantly, you're getting this capital when it matters the most. It's not just Bitcoin that's looking good, but multiple altcoins across the board, all sitting on critical levels. Free money can be very meaningful when you get it on some amazing junctures of the market like this one, where price is just teasing to launch into new highs. Now, based on the 12-hour setup, it'd be nice to see all candles close above that $107,000 mark. Okay, here's why. Because the daily would also close over a critical region of resistance. More importantly, we also open a brand new 4-day candle tomorrow, closing over $107,000 once again, flips a critical region of resistance into support for the first time ever. Guys, this changes the picture dramatically on the macro timeframes, because that 4-day time frame would then set the stage for the weekly time frame. This was that cascading play that Sean brought to everyone's attention in the seed program. He's been dropping a lot of alpha in the Discord chat as well as on his Twitter, so make sure you guys are following him. You'll find his Twitter handle in the description below. What we're seeing here is Bitcoin on the rocket launch pad. However, catching the best bids at the right time is what's going to keep you stress-free on the takeoff. Now, if you guys want to keep up with the Bitcoin story, make sure you're hitting the sub and the bell icon. I will now see you in the Discord chat. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.